how quickly and how efficiently the lawmakers or the politicians, or what can we say, can implement these laws to each and every person of the society of the country. So this is my question. You please answer me in the comment section. Comment section is open for you people. And from which country you people are watching my video, please tell me in the comment section. Hey folks, how are you? Hope you people are doing well. Myself, Naman Verma from India, and today I'm gonna reacting on a video having title Elon Musk meddling in UK politics is outrageous. Andrew Marr, New Statesman. So this is the video of channel named the New Statesman. So do subscribe this channel and subscribe me too. Press bell icon for more updates, and please follow me on my Instagram and Facebook for dance and acting related content. So this video is gonna interesting one. So let's watch it together, and tell me your perception in the comment section too, because your perception matters. So without any delay, let's get started.
Depressingly, we ended the politics show in 2024 by talking about Elon Musk.
2024. Oh.
I'm sorry to say he is back for more, and no doubt will be throughout the year. He has increased his, what should we call it, meddling, spreading misinformation, trolling perhaps in politics, in UK politics even, in 2025. We are going to come to his relationship with Reform UK in the second half of the programme, but let's start with the conversation on grooming gangs, one of the most shameful episodes of British history, where thousands of vulnerable girls across the country were sexually exploited and raped over a period of 3 decades. These crimes exploded back into the limelight last week after GB News reported that Jess Phillips had rejected calls for a government inquiry into child sexual exploitation in Oldham, one of the places where these heinous crimes took place. Musk then amplified the issue using some pretty incendiary language. He said that Keir Starmer, who was Director of Public Prosecutions during the time these crimes were coming to light, should be in prison, and that he is, quote, deeply complicit in the mass rapes in exchange for votes.
Dear.
And then the tech billionaire called Jess Phillips a rape genocide apologist. Pretty nasty stuff. Andrew, you've written about how the Prime Minister
Nasty.
should and did respond to dozens of these tweets issued by Musk. What did you make of the response?
Well, I thought he got it about right. I said that I thought he wasn't going to try and get into a personal fight with Musk, because we know who's going to win with that kind of fight. In terms of social media, but that he was going to give a sort of angry but detailed refutation about his role in this terrible, terrible story. And he did it again in the House of Commons. And I think in the views of a lot of knowledgeable observers, he's right. His role is quite good. I talked to one of the most senior lawyers who's been representing victims from all around the country and who knows more about this than almost anybody else, and said, actually, you could see a big change when Starmer got engaged as DPP in this, and the mass prosecution of gangs took another level.
And Andrew Norfolk, who did so much for the Times
Andrew Norfolk,
newspaper.
exactly. The award-winning journalist who launched this in the Times a long time ago said the same thing. So I think on, as it were, the narrow factual position, Starmer has behaved pretty effectively. He only came out fighting really because he was so angry about what was said about Jess Phillips. So in a sense, he came out to protect her rather than his own reputation, but I think he did it very well indeed.
Too slow, though?
It was slow, but then he is slow on these things. And you know, I think the first instinct, just pretend it's not happening, just look the other way.
Yeah, just pretending.
You can't do that with Elon Musk. He's got too many followers. He's too big a player. You can't look the other way. And as I said in my column, you know, you can't bully him. He's too big. You can't bribe him. He's too big. The one thing that you can possibly do is outsit him, because the way he's behaving is becoming more and more capricious, more and more extreme, and you just wonder how long he's going to hold that position in the Trump court. He's got J.D. Vance, who thinks that he's going to be the vice president. You know, there's lots of tensions in there, and a prime minister with 4 years still to run can afford to sit back a bit. I think this is a lot more than trolling now. Story in the Financial Times today. suggesting that Musk has been talking to advisors about how to remove Starmer as Prime Minister before the election. And we all kind of shake our heads and think that's absolutely absurd and ridiculous.
It's outrageous.
That's ridiculous,
and
man.
outrageous.
Really.
But of course, you can't do it via Reform UK or by an opposition party. But both Tony Blair and Boris Johnson were removed by their own parties because they were
Boris
very
Johnson.
unpopular at the time. And in both cases, they had an alternative internally who's moving to try to get rid of them. First round. it was
There's
Gordon
one
Brown,
question
and then
in my
second
mind
time, of course, it was the
regarding
Conservative
Boris
MPs who were
Johnson.
panicking. So
Please tell me
I think it is not
why
impossible that Musk
he
is looking
never
about. He takes this
formed
very
his
personally.
heirs.
Uses the word evil about Starmer. I think it's not impossible that Musk is looking at Starmer and thinking quite seriously about how to remove the British Prime Minister. That is an absolutely extraordinary act of intervention in our politics by
I mean, I'd go further. It's not just an intervention, is it? It's almost a coup.
The allegations.
If it happened.
Yeah,
If it happened.
but I mean,
And it's
They
not
put
just
allegations on
that FT
Elon Musk,
story. You
actually.
can see in some of his tweets, he called for the king to dissolve Parliament. Elon Musk seems to think that because the polls show that the Labour government is very unpopular, that means the Labour government is illegitimate, which is an intriguing way at looking at democracy and how elections work. And he also ran a poll of, I think the question, it wasn't even phrased as a question, it was America should liberate Britain, yes or no, and unsurprisingly, yes won quite substantially. But I find it, I think if I were an MP from any party, even from the Conservatives who absolutely hated Labour and hated Starmer, I'd feel quite uncomfortable about the richest man in the world who's not a British citizen doing a poll on whether another country should liberate us.
Oh,
And of course, it's not just us, it's the Germans and the French he's going for, and all sorts of people he's going for as well. I think there are two or three things that protect Starmer and protect all of us against this. First of all, Elon Musk hasn't the faintest clue about the British Constitution, as Rachel was suggesting just a second. Secondly, his fate will depend in the short to medium term on Labour MPs, the people who probably hate Musk more than anybody else. The idea that he's going to win them over is going to be very hard for him to effect. And then I think thirdly, there is a general patriotic recoil, flinch away from this kind of thing, including by, I would have thought, most mainstream Conservative voters as well.
Well, plenty of food for thought. I want to take us back to the discussion that's dominated the news, obviously, in 2025, because at the heart of this, despite the misinformation and the mischievous comments made by various people, there is a serious scandal. Across England, we know in Rotherham, in Oldham, Telford, Oxford, Rochdale and more, young white girls suffered the most vile, depraved sexual abuse and rape at the hands of men of predominantly Pakistani heritage. And this is a story that involves cover-up. There has been a fear of causing
Pakistani
offence
people,
or appearing to be racist. And there has been a complete failure on the part of some of those whose job it was to protect these girls. They didn't believe them when they told them they were being raped. Now, there's now, because of the furore there's a clamour now for a new national inquiry. Why and who are some of the voices calling for this?
So there are a couple of things to say on this. One is you're absolutely right that this scandal did involve cover-up at all kinds of multi-layers of local government and public institutions and police forces. But that cover-up is in the past. We have known many of the details, maybe not all the details, but we've known about this for about a decade now. There have been documentaries made. All papers have covered it over that time period. There was a very pretty harrowing docu-dramatisation, Three Girls starring Maxine Peake, that sort of went into it. So the fact that Elon Musk is just discovering that this happened now doesn't mean that the details have been covered up until now. A lot of these details have been in the public domain. There just hasn't been widespread public attention on it, and we should probably think a little bit about why that is and why it hasn't got the attention that it deserves. In terms of inquiries, there have been council-led local inquiries in some of these areas, and there was a huge 7-year inquiry into child sexual abuse generally that took in some of these cases.
The independent inquiry into child
man.
sexual abuse.
Yes.
7 years of
by
Alexis
Professor
J.
Alexis J. And she made a number of recommendations, and that reported in 2022 when the Conservatives were in power, and most of those recommendations were not fully implemented.
None of them. None of them have been implemented.
18 of the 21
Not all
were
of them.
accepted, but none of them were actually implemented.
And they go through everything from the amount of compensation that survivors should get to how we collect data to just the speed it takes to take these cases through the court system. Because if it takes sort of 3 years for a case to come to court, then the trial falls apart and the victim no longer wants to come forward. And also a point that the government has now, in the last couple of days, said that it will move forward on, this idea of mandatory reporting, that if you know that abuse is going on and you don't report it, then that's a criminal offence. And so that's aimed at sort of tackling some of the institutional cover-ups. Now, the national inquiry that is being called for, in addition to that, there are, I think, pretty strong arguments on both sides, and it's worth pointing out that there isn't a kind of united view from survivors on it. Some survivors don't want this because they want action now. They want the recommendations from the J inquiry to be implemented in full. They don't want anything that will delay that further. And if the J inquiry took 7 years, they can't wait another 7 years for justice.
It's worth pointing out that the
So guys, here's the end of the video, but yeah, I want to tell you something. Like there is a question in my mind for a long time actually. This problem, I can say, is not just limited to US or UK. It is a worldwide problem. Yeah. So there is a question in my mind that why are laws of any country, any, such type of offensive crimes, there should be a huge punishment for them. And within a quick time, like within a maximum to a week. Yeah. But what she said in the video, 7 years. 7 years is a long period of time, man. And 7 years, and yet not any conclusion takes place. So what's going on, in the lawmakers, what the lawmakers are doing, and where's the parliament, where the constitution of country, I say any country, including US, including UK, including India as well. So why there is a problem of law and orders? Law and orders are, every country has their own law and orders, but the main thing is that how the law and orders should apply to the country. Application is important. Making law is not a big thing. It is you have to pass a bill in the parliament, so it becomes a law if you pass it by a majority. But fact is that after the law has been made, how quickly and how efficiently the lawmakers or the politicians, or what can we say, can implement these laws to each and every person of the society of the country. So this is my question. You please answer me in the comment section. Comment section is open for you people. And from which country you people are watching my video, please tell me in the comment section. And Elon Musk, the main theme, I can say, the main person of this video is Elon Musk. So I admire Elon Musk very much. I admire two people in West. First, President Donald Trump of US, and second one is Elon Musk. He is just a great dude. Yeah, his company SpaceX is incredible. Yeah, not cost efficient, but having a quality. Yeah, SpaceX and Elon Musk. I can say he is a brilliant dude. Yeah, even though SpaceX is a private company, so these private companies are actually very, very important for the growth of any country. If you see in India, there is ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization. ISRO is a government organization. So without privatization, there is no any competition. Clear. Efficiency and effectiveness of the product led by the competition between the companies, and not only the companies of their own country, but all over the worldwide. It's worldwide actually. Definitely, if any company of the same country manufacture anything, leads to it leads some benefits to their own country. Yeah, like cost of some cost should be reduced. Clear. So there are many advantages. There are many pros, definitely, but as a result, I can say it is in the favor of the country. Clear. So with my opinion, privatization is very important. So I admire Elon Musk very much. He is a great dude, and definitely allegations are always there. Some people clearly supports Elon Musk. Some, not some, many people actually. You can check the followers of Elon Musk, clear, on X or on Instagram. So he's a popular guy, and definitely he should have haters too, because any popular guy should get hate from someone, definitely. So it is clear, but I can say his popularity, if its popularity is 90%, then he gets 10% of the hatred. So definitely haters are less, and he's a popular guy, and he's a dude. So what is your take on this video? So I stop my remark here, and we'll meet you in the next video. Till then, take care, bye bye, and stay fit, stay healthy, be safe from HMPV. These days some viruses are in air, so spread it in air in our surroundings. So be safe, be careful, stay healthy, and we'll meet you in the next video. Till then, take care, bye bye. It's me, Naman Verma from India, signing off.